The car behind me is my Chili Bowl midget, the one that I won the Chili Bowl with. And what's interesting about that is it's actually the car that iRacing scanned that's going to be available to all the iRacing members out there.
Red Bull GRCs are now available on iRacing. I personally put my blood, sweat, and tears into this thing, developing the cars, the tracks, the dirt, making sure it is authentic as possible, and I really think you guys are going to love it. The best part is that this 600 horsepower Volkswagen Beetle is free to all members. So get signed up now and come race me online.
The yellow flag is out. Pit road is now open. Keep your eye on those gauges. We'll give you 4 tyres. 3, 2, 1, now. We're done. Get going.
Introducing a whole new form of racing to the best online racing simulation in the world. This is dirt racing on iRacing.com. Race online at some of America's most legendary dirt tracks, including Eldora and Williams Grove. iRacing is the premier online racing game featuring NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, and now World of Outlaws, the leading sanctioning body for dirt racing. iRacing is easy to use and features a centralized ranking system to make sure you have the best experience at any skill level. With a massive inventory of high-precision laser scan tracks and cars with an unmatched dedication to quality and detail, iRacing gives you the most authentic online racing experience available. Thanks to iRacing's dynamic track system, developed specifically for dirt racing, tracks change over the course of a race, just like your favorite dirt track on a Friday or Saturday night. From a slick racing groove all the way up to the cushion, iRacing's dirt tracks deliver non-stop racing action. Partnered with the World of Outlaws, iRacing is your source for the most authentic dirt racing experience available, featuring 4 brand new tracks and 11 new cars, including street stocks, Legends cars, late models, NASCAR trucks, winged and non-winged sprint cars, with much more on the way. Join the dirt revolution on iRacing.com and start slinging mud today.
Horsepower isn't just for NASCAR. It's for your car. It's for off-road and the on-ramp. You need it when you're drifting. You want it when you're passing. Get more of it with a K&N high-flow air filter, designed to increase horsepower with up to 50% more airflow. Because whether your green light flashes here or here, everyone loves that fast car smell.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network this Tuesday night. Kicking off some great racing action here Monday night. Last night at Lanier, we were dirt-style racing open wheels with the 360 open non-wing sprint cars. They removed the dirt. We've got the asphalt back, and now the street stocks will take on this track here tonight for 75 laps in their championship run of the Sportsman Series. Similar to the open wheel series, the Sportsman Series encompasses two classes. It has the street stocks and the regular late model. They will be battling it out. The late models will be battling their championship out here coming up 1 week from tonight. But tonight, it is a great lineup. And talking about the standings coming in tonight, we'll show you the point standings as it is. Joe Schaefer Jr. out there with 392 points. Brandon Wilkinson right behind him, though, in a narrow margin of 15 points. Trevor Edwards back off the race lead, or the series points lead, I should say, by 23 points. Tim Bills, Matt Eddy rounding out that top five. Kyle Souza, Matt Rolfe, Colin Ullman, Michael Baxter, and Connor Blaze, your top 10 coming into the next to the final week of the Sportsman Series and the Street Stock Championship here tonight. For the 2017 season, we'll see who is able to walk away with the victory here. As a few of these guys, as with last night, will have an opportunity to do such. We're going to go live now and talk a little bit with Matt Rolfe, the administrator for the Semi-Auto Racing Association and the Sportsman Series, presented by Callaway Investments and Midwest Power Source Inc. here tonight. Matt, we were out here with the dirt on the track, and kudos to that track crew to get all that dirt removed, to get the asphalt back, and these street stocks ready to do battle out here for 75 laps. What are your thoughts on tonight's championship race?
Yeah, we were joking last night that these track crews at Lanier the next 2 weeks with all these broadcasted races that we're doing are going to be doing quite a bit of work going back and forth from dirt to asphalt. Last night we put on a good show for the non-wing sprint cars on the dirt, and like you said, we're transferring over to the asphalt here tonight for the street stocks. This has been our longest running division. It's been a staple of the series for quite a while now. So yeah, tonight it's a championship night. I am 99% sure officially that after qualifying, Joe Schaefer Jr. has officially clinched the title. So I think the points for this division are wrapped up. But this Sportsman Series is actually run with two different divisions. We run street stocks and late models. So you'll see late models next Tuesday night here, same track for their championship night. And this is just one half of it here tonight in the street stocks. So street stocks are wrapped up with 75 laps. It's a fairly short race. Usually when we come here, we do 100, 125 laps. So this will be a little bit shorter. That'll mean that the action will start a little bit earlier. Guys will be trying to battle their way up to the front as quick as possible, and we'll see how that turns out.
Definitely looking forward to it here tonight. Not going to have the sliding action, hopefully, here tonight that we saw on the dirt with the 360 non-wing sprints. But nevertheless, always looking for some great battling. And as we saw back in the Fall Brawl Spectacular, a lot of great racing in the street stocks. Hopefully we see some great close side-by-side racing here at Lanier.
Yeah, I think we'll see definitely some close racing. I'm not sure if we'll see multi-groove racing. Sometimes that comes in a little bit better in the nighttime setting. And usually when we have some more laps. But if we get some green flag laps here, you might see some drivers move around a little bit, trying to find some more grip and whatnot. So we'll see how the race plays out. I know early on it's going to be pretty tight. Guys are going to be somewhat aggressive here early on, so that should set things up for the rest of the race to be pretty good, I hope.
Well, definitely looking forward to it, Matt. And as always, best of luck to you in tonight's race.
Thanks.
There you have it, folks. Matt Rolfe coming in to talk a little bit about tonight's race, and just got a few more moments here before we get ready to go racing and talking a little bit about the racetrack where we're at. We're at Lanier National Speedway, and it's a 3/10 mile track, 67 degrees in the air, 53% humidity, partly cloudy, in a very toasty track temperature of 93 degrees. So we'll have to see how that'll play out. If it, like Matt mentioned, we'll see multi-groove racing, or if everybody's going to try to stick to that lower groove, or if they will define one groove. Nevertheless, we are going to see some great racing. And now, ladies and gentlemen, ready to get you down to that Street Stock Championship grid as they are calling the racers in. is what your lineup looks like. Matt Rolfe will start in the pole position. Kyle Souza to the outside of that first row. Colin Allman, Ty Spearman in row number 2, rounding out the top 5. The number 32 of Trevor Edwards to the inside of that third row. Series points leader Joe Schaefer Jr. to the outside. Inside of row number 4 is number 12 of Drew Krybeck, the 19 of Kevin Myers to the outside of the fourth row. Row number 5 will see Ian Lane on the inside and Hunter Combs, the 63 car, to the outside. Looking on back, Matthew Eddy, Garrett Conrad, Clay Snyder, Jake Watson, Michael Baxter, Jeremy Watkins, Mark Royer, Tyler Divinazzo, I believe is how it's pronounced, Brian Korlacki, Russell Berry, the 20-car field. Pace car begins pulling them around. We're ready to go racing. 75 laps. Championship race action coming at you here at Lanier. It's the Sportsman Series Street Stock Division. Ready to do battle around the 3/10 of a mile track. As they make their way into turns 1 and 2, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Sim-Auto Racing Association, the Sportsman Series, iRacing.com, and the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network, I'm Dustin Caldwell, and we're ready to go racing. Championship street stock action, 75 laps on tap. Here we go, pace cars in, out of 4, green flag flies, we're underway. Taking a look up front, the number 5 of Matt Rolfe carrying the race lead into that second lap. Into turns 3 and 4, he's going to have the lead, but here comes the 67 of Colin Allman, looking to the inside of the 14 of Kyle Souza. That Napa know-how to the inside, side by side, working their way around. Trying to get by Souza, side-by-side action in the battle for second. What a battle, and it looks like Colin Allman will take over in second position. Trevor Edwards looking to the inside. Trying to get up now, Souza trying to keep the 32 out. Darkening of the track already here in the first 5 laps as everybody's fighting for that lower groove. And there you see Trevor Edwards trying to go to work, but Kyle Souza trying to fight back to that second position slot. Matt Rolfe's got the race lead. First caution flag comes out. And it looks like Michael Baxter may have gotten spun around. Let's go back and take a look. So as we follow Michael Baxter in his Mustang that identifies as a Camaro, or Camaro that identifies as a Mustang, looks like he's going to get some rear end help here from the 83 car. Bumping and banging around, and he's leaning it. And the 83 right there will spin him right around, and that is Trevor Divinazzo, I believe is how I'm trying to work on that name. Divinazzo. Go with that one there, spinning Michael Baxter around, bringing out tonight's first caution flag. So Matt Rolfe staying in front of the field early on in this race. The aggression, though, coming in second and third position. Kyle Souza, Colin Allman, Trevor Edwards, all 3 drivers fighting for that second position slot. Matt Rolfe had a 3/4 of a second lead before the caution flag had come out. Light should be off the pace car this time by. Everybody's bunching up side by side. It'll be lap number 12 when we get the green flag. Here we go into turn number 4. Pace cars in. There's the green flag. Back to the race. And Matt Rolfe leading them through turns 1 and 2. Great side-by-side racing. Souza and Allman going at it side by side, and here comes Colin Allman. Edging out the 14 of Kyle Souza. Now in second. Edwards. How about Ty Spearman? Spearman now into the top 4. Trevor Edwards falling off the pace. Here comes Myers. And the 63 of Hunter Combs to the inside. And Hunter Combs trying to go to work on Kevin Myers. Kevin Myers on that authentic look. Multi-colored, multi-pieced car. The Resurrection 67, that's what we'll call it, as it looks like he's got every piece of the junkyard on that machine and is looking really solid just outside the top 5. Closing in now on Trevor Edwards. May take a shot to the inside, heading towards lap number 19. There's your race leader crossing the start-finish line. Souza and Allman yet again battling side by side into 3. A little bit of lean action there coming off the 4th turn, but the 14 machine of Kyle Souza able to hold off and hold in to 2nd position, hold off that 67 of Colin Allman. Back looking at Edwards in 5th position. Kevin Myers still trying to seek out opportunity, though Hunter Combs may go underneath him here. Looks like he's got a little bit faster of a car, but he's got to find the opportunity to the inside. Lanier is very unforgiving with this warmer track temperature, so they're going to have to look for the right opportunity to pass. And Myers now looks to the inside of Edwards. Not able to get there. Great green flag racing. Here comes Kyle Souza. Closing that gap on the race leader, Matt Rolfe. Side by side through 3 and 4. Will we get a lead change? And Rolfe able to hold on to it. 23 laps led for the number 5, but here we go, out of the backstretch. Kyle Souza trying to get there. He's got him cleared in 4, crossover action in the front stretch. But Kyle Souza takes over the race lead into lap number 26. Hard-fought battle up front. So Matt Rolfe will go back into 2nd. Colin Allman is now trying to work his way up there towards the number 5. And how about that? Ty Spearman back in 4th. The gap is closing between him and Trevor Edwards. Myers content behind the number 32. There is your series points leader coming into tonight. 15-point margin, Joe Schaefer Jr. Back off 2 positions from where he started. He's running 8th, right behind Hunter Combs. And now Combs looking to the inside of Myers. Myers shuts the door in 3 and 4. Back up front, Kyle Souza now has over a half a second lead on Matt Rolfe. Colin Allman reeling in the number 5. Trevor Edwards has the breathing room to keep 5th position. Hunter Combs and now Joe Schaefer Jr. on the bumper of Combs. Here's some good side-by-side racing. Ian Lane to the outside of Matthew Eddy. Matthew Eddy, it's tough to race against the pepperoni pizza to the high side. Get kind of hungry, hopefully had a good, fulfilling lunch, and does not get distracted by the 98 to the outside, but they are racing side by side out of 2. Matthew Eddy's car could pretty much be the garlic dipping sauce if you're a Papa John's fan for that pepperoni pizza. Watching these guys race side by side, and Ian Lane is going to take him on the outside off of 4. Drew Krybeck trying to go to work to get up into 12th. Clay Snyder celebrating a birthday last night, so happy belated birthday to the number 3. Was out here in the 360 sprint car last night. And Baxter getting wobbled loose, staying down low. 34 of Jeremy Watkins to the high side will fall behind him. And now Kyle Souza into lap traffic. The number 6 of Brian Korlacki. Closing in on 30 laps to go in this Street Stock Championship race, folks. If you're just tuning in, this is the Sportsman Series Street Stock Championship. Coming up 1 week from tonight, it will be the late models doing battle here at Lanier for 100 laps. Tonight's race presented by Callaway Investments and Midwest Power Source, Inc. Colin Allman now closer and closer to Matt Rolfe. Souza's got a second, almost a second and a half lead over the number 5 of Matt Rolfe, who tonight has 24 laps led. And there was a little bit of mishap. Got right around Matt Rolfe. Here comes Colin Allman, trying to get back up into that second position slot. The side-by-side racing slowing them up just a little bit. Here comes Trevor Edwards. Edwards is now going to look to the inside. This is going to get interesting here. We got lap traffic ahead. Watkins, the lap car. Where's he going to go? One opportunity will prevail. And Watkins swings wide to give it 3 wide into turns 3 and 4. Allman still to the inside of Rolfe. Edwards looking on back. Double lap cars ahead in both. And now Rolfe surges ahead into turns 1 and 2 here in the lap 50. Perfect timing as the two cars battling side by side. 27 of Michael Baxter, and the 83 of Tyler Venazzo. If I get that right. It's not too many names that throw me for a loop. And now the look to the inside of Baxter. Trevor Edwards pushing way wide in the backstretch coming out of turn number 2. Take you up to the high cam and show you the race action. There is your race leader coming across the start-finish line, Kyle Souza. There you can see Matt Rolfe just about a half a turn behind him. And the next time by, oh, somebody went up into the wall, and I believe it was Cullen Ullman. Something had happened. And that will draw out the caution flag. Let's go back and take a look. Not sure what happened with Ullman. Battling pretty good right here with Matt Rolfe. It's going to happen in turns 1 and 2. And something had to come loose on that car. Man, he went right up into that wall. Not even a chance to turn. And he is not going to return. We'll have an update as soon as we can get it to you, folks. But if you're just tuning in for the final 20 laps remaining in the 2017 Sportsman Series Street Stock Division, Joe Schaefer Jr. looking to sweep that championship here tonight. Tonight's cameras brought to you in part by Ryan Eckstein Cameras. Always a pleasure to be able to bring these to you, get some great shots of the track. Believe it'll be 15 to go when we get the green flag. Lights should be off the pace car the next time by. And again, 1 week from tonight, we'll have the Sportsman Series late model division back here at Lanier for 100 laps in their championship run. Coming up Thursday night, the Tundra Super Late Models closing in. They're going to be out at Myrtle Beach. And they'll be here in just 2 weeks. Next Thursday night, they'll be here for their championship run. So definitely Lanier, the track to be. Green flag's back in the air. Here we go. Kyle Souza stays out in front. Trevor Edwards now looking to the inside of Matt Rolfe. Through the backstretch into turn number 3. Less than 15 laps remain. And some great side-by-side battling. How about the battle with Kevin Myers and Ty Spearman? Myers in the Resurrection 67, part of the posse crew, out of turn 4 into lap number 65. The next time by, it's going to be 10 laps to go. Kyle Souza fires it off 4 into the front stretch. 10 laps to go in the street stock race. A little bit of contact between Edwards and Rolfe. Edwards in second. Rolfe falling off the pace quickly. Here comes Myers now looking to the inside. It's 8 laps remaining. Kyle Souza looking to have this race on lockdown. Myers still to the inside of Rolfe. Hunter Combs is now sneaking up into the mix, trying to get by. It's going to be 6 to go at the line. What is going to happen between these two drivers? Can Matt Rolfe overpower him? Caution flag comes out. And Mark Royer fell back really quick. Let's go back and take a look. So taking a look at Mark Royer here. Right behind Watkins. Watkins looking really loose. Not sure which driver of these guys is going to draw the caution flag or if it's even going to be one of them. And there it is, the spin out of Tyler DiVinazzo. So that will bring out the final caution of the night. The question is, are we going to go back for at least one lap of green flag racing? We'll find out. Lights will need to come off the pace car this time by if we're going to have a one-lap shootout. Let's see what happens here. And the lights stay on. So this one will finish under yellow. Kyle Souza will pick up the victory in this race. Trevor Edwards will finish second. Here's a quick look at the top 5. White flag now out under caution. And here they come off turn number 4 to the checkered flag to close the 2017 season for the Street Stocks. Kyle Souza will pick up the victory. And Edwards with a congratulatory bump to the 14. And a happy burnout here from Kyle Souza. And a victory lane he goes. Smoke clearing and a very nice win. Well, that's, I believe it's a Somerset Auto Service and Towing, number 14 of Kyle Souza. Here is a look at the race summary for tonight. 75 laps complete. 1 lead change is all it took. 4 total cautions. Bring up the results on the screen here for you. Look to get you some driver interviews. Normally we go to this guy last to get his final thoughts, and we'll have to probably do that here, but he finishes third tonight. Matt, you had a great race out there leading the first 24 laps of this race. Had some good hard-fought battles with a lot of these drivers out there tonight. Towards the end, though, it looked like you fell off the pace. You had a little bit of contact there with Trevor Edwards. Fell back just a little bit. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, well, we started on pole tonight because for these other divisions, we do a handicap for the starting grid. So if you're a little bit lower in the points, you start further in front. So that's not a good thing for me if I was starting on pole. That just means I haven't had a great season overall in these cars. But yeah, I had pace to hold on there for a little while early on, lead some laps. I knew at some point someone was going to get by me. I figured it might be Joe. Joe's been really good in this car at this track the last couple of seasons. Kyle's been really good lately, so I wasn't all that surprised to see Kyle up there trying to get by me. And I don't even know if me and Trevor had any contact. I think I might have just got loose a couple times, but he was able to get by me there too. And then yeah, tires kind of wore off. Just had to move up the outside groove just a little bit. I was loose on the bottom, so running the outside groove was able to kind of keep me a little bit straighter and at least hold off a couple guys there. So it is what it is. I'll take it. Not a bad run to finish the season.
Well, do you have any thanks or shout-outs you want to give for your third-place finish tonight?
I just got to thank the T4X teammates. Russell and Clay were in here tonight racing as well, and then Derek, Darryl, and Scott as well. I'm sure I'll be talking to you in a few minutes.
All right, we'll be back with you.
All right.
All right, folks, we're going to go live now here to that driver of the infamous number 32 machine, Trevor Edwards, finishing in the runner-up slot. Had a good fight there with Matt Rolfe in the later half of tonight's race and able to get around them and pick up their runner-up finish here at Lanier. What is your thoughts on the race that took place, bud?
It was pretty good points tonight. Got a little bit closer for the combined points next Tuesday, so that's what I was kind of hoping for there.
Well, definitely looking forward to it. I know the late model presents a different aspect of racing, especially here at this 3/10 mile track. But, some good green flag racing in these street stocks taking place tonight. What was your setup like on your car? Was you anticipating a long green flag run, or was you kind of hoping for a little bit of short and long spurts here?
I had no idea how it was set up. Joe sent me the setup probably about half an hour before the race, and probably the first 25, 30 laps I was bitching at him because I thought it was the worst setup I ever drove, and all of a sudden it just came to life. And that's when I drove from, I think, like 5th or 6th back up to 2nd.
Well, a heck of a job done here. Is there anyone you want to give a thanks or shout out to?
Yeah, I think Joe especially over at the posse and everybody else at the posse for, helping out and making the setup fast.
Congratulations, Trevor, on finishing runner-up here tonight. We can't wait to see more action out of you coming up Thursday night out in Myrtle Beach in the Tundra Super Sim Series.
I forgot to thank Loco Toco Designs and you, Dustin, and Matt Rolfe for putting this thing on. I always forget to thank you guys, and I should probably thank you a little bit more.
That's all right, bud. Well, congratulations for the hard-fought runner-up finish here tonight.
Thanks, man.
All right, we're going to go live now to the driver, the Somerset Auto Service and Towing, number 14 of Kyle Souza, finishing in the number 1 slot here tonight. A total of 51 laps out of the 75-lapper, led by the 14 machine, and you had a couple of restarts to do it with, Kyle, and you had to work your way up there. The warmer track temperatures making it tough to pass, but you're able to do it and get around Matt Rolfe. One lead change tonight was you changing places with him, and you go all the way from that point to the checkered flag. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, definitely the warm track temperature was definitely something to fight with. It was very tough to pass, even up front there. I really thought the car was good right from the beginning, but it took me a while to get around Colin Ullman first, and it took me a while to get around Matt too. So glad I did, though. I was kind of set to see that last yellow there at the end, 8 restarts down the end there. But I want to thank everybody for racing me clean, especially Trevor there at the end. I was kind of pinching him a little bit earlier in the race, but I also want to congratulate Joe Schaefer on winning I've kind of gotten a little bit better over the last couple weeks, picked up a couple wins, but Joe's been great for a long time, and he had a really good year, so congrats to him too.
Well, you pick up the win here tonight. Going to be back in 1 week with the late models. What are your thoughts on that race?
Yeah, so this is back-to-back wins now. I won last week in the late model at Myrtle Beach, so I'll be looking for 3 in a row next week. Yeah, I think the setup, I already started working on that this afternoon. I think we're really good for that too. The car felt really good, so I'm excited to get back here, and track position is going to mean a lot again next week too, so I'll look forward to trying to qualify in the front.
Well, congratulations on your back-to-back victories here in the Sportsman Series. Definitely looking forward to seeing you in action coming up Thursday night and back here again in the late models next Tuesday night.
Yeah, thanks. We'll see you then. Hope. Just want to quickly say thank you to the sponsors on the car, my brother, and also got some help from Brandon Wilkinson this week. Him and my brother kind of tuned this up for me, and went well. So we'll see you later this week.
Congratulations again, Kyle, and go celebrate that victory.
All right, thanks, guys.
There you have it, folks. Kyle Souza coming in with the win. And again, the track temperature tonight making it very difficult to race out there. 93 degrees at the start of the race. And a lot of single file action. But we did get some double wide action racing out here at Lanier. But we're going to switch things up a little bit. Now we've panned away from the race all the way up to the series championship now. And Matt Rolfe joins me with our champion for the 2017 Sportsman Series Street Stock Division. And Joe, 15-point margin coming into tonight. You pretty much had it buttoned up at the start of this race. What was your thoughts in the preparation coming into this final week in hopes that you were going to come away with the championship?
Well, I don't know. The guy who was running second in points didn't show up tonight, so it made it a lot easier. I ended up 8th tonight. I wanted to have a better run, but you know, I just didn't want to get in anybody's way. Wanted to run clean, and I knew I had it wrapped up, so it was okay. I'm happy with it, and we'll move on from here.
Well, to present you with your award, Matt Rolfe with the Semala Racing Association, give you the floor there, sir.
Yeah, I just finished uploading unofficial results. Looks like you won the championship by, like I said, unofficially by 17 points over Trevor. So I know you didn't get to finish you wanted here tonight to finish off the season, but overall, congrats on the 2017 fall season Freestock Championship for the Midwest Power Source and Callaway Investment Sportsman Series. That's a mouthful, but congratulations.
All right, thank you, Matt.
Is there anyone you want to thank or any statements you'd like to make for this series championship win?
I'd like to thank the posse, as always, and Matt for running the show. I guess overall, to people who may have not raced with SARA, you know, in the past, but are looking to the great short track league to get into, we'll test you every week. And going forward, I guess we'll start focusing on Thursday and try to get that one too.
Well, I can't get it right. Congratulations, Joe, on a series championship win. Got a lot more racing to do here before we close out the 2017 year. Got the Super Lates coming up Thursday night in Myrtle Beach, and then a whole week full of racing next week. You'll be back here with the late models. And best of luck to you, and can't wait to see that car in action.
All right, thank you.
All right, folks. Well, there you have it. And let's take a look at the rundown here before we get Mr. Rolfe's final thoughts. Kyle Souza picks up the victory here at Lanier in the Street Stocks Championship race. Trevor Edwards will finish second. Matt Rolfe finishes third. Kevin Myers in that wonderful number 19 machine, even though he had 67 painted on it. Kind of confused on his number tonight, considering all the multicolors he had and quarter panels and doors on that car. It is a wonder he was able to get it out running, but he does salvage a fourth-place finish. Hunter Combs rounds out the top 5. Ty Spearman, Jake Watson, Joe Schaefer Jr., Matthew Eddy, and Clay Snyder. The birthday boy will round out the top 10. Looking on back, Drew Krybeck, Ian Lane, Michael Baxter, Russell Berry, Brian Korlacki, Jeremy Watkins, Mark Royer, Tyler DiVinazzo will finish 18th. Garrett Conrath and Colin Ullman, your 20-car field here for the championship race in the Sportsman Series presented by Callaway Investments in Midwest Power Source, Inc. And Matt, it's definitely a great race, and we got to see some side-by-side racing, so kind of a little bit of multi-group. I believe I've seen a few outside passes, believe it or not, out here tonight, and we'll switch things up from here Thursday night, be back in action for the Super Lates, the Tundra Super Sim Series out at Myrtle Beach, and then we'll be back here all next week for a lot of championship racing, including that series.
Yeah, we've got plenty of races left to go here. I know it's I know we're crowning a couple of champions this week already, but there's a couple races. We've got a dirt late model race tomorrow night, and as you said, the Super Sim Series is back on Thursday. We'll be at Myrtle Beach there. That should be a pretty good race. And then we'll be back next week at Lanier. We'll be switching back and forth all week between dirt and asphalt for our different divisions, and looking to crown some more champions. But yeah, overall another good season for the street stocks. Like I mentioned earlier, this season we split the series up between the street stocks and the late models. And so we ran 6 races with the street stocks, had 6 different winners. So that's pretty cool. A lot of guys running for points in that, and a lot of guys running for the combined overall points too. So we'll see probably 2 more champions next Tuesday night for this series, and a whole bunch of more champions next week as well. So yeah, looking forward to it. Good night overall here tonight, and just plenty more to come.
Yeah, definitely a lot of racing coming up next week, folks, and you definitely want to keep that under thought and keep your calendars open. 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for all the racing action to come here on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. Matt, it's been a pleasure being able to broadcast for you tonight. We will look forward to seeing you on Thursday out there at Myrtle Beach.
Sounds great. See you then.
Well, there you have it, folks. What a race, 75 laps, but very intense. Not quite topping the Monday night race, but it was a dramatic and fun-filled race nevertheless here at Lanier, and we got a lot of championship racing coming up next week at this track, so a lot of big events at this small, short, iconic short track, so definitely tune it in. But tonight here, the Callaway Investments and Midwest Power Sourcing Sportsman Series Street Stock Division for the 2017 season comes to a close, and that will also bring our broadcast to a close. So, folks, appreciate you tuning in, whether you got us out there on YouTube, Twitch TV, or even Facebook Live. Always a pleasure to see you come in and tune in with us to be able to watch this great short track racing. On behalf of the Sim Auto Racing Association, Callaway Investments, Midwest Power Source Inc., iRacing.com, K&N Filters, and the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dustin Caldwell saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you coming up this Thursday night.